this video we will be covering our last topic of first unit, that is the concepts of learning and adaptation. So we'll see the techniques by which computer or our soft computing system learns. So basically there are three types of learnings. The first one is supervised learning, the second one is unsupervised learning, and the third one is reinforcement learning. So let's visit each of them and let's see what they are. Supervised learning requires the presence of a supervisor. So as the name suggests, supervised learning is the learning where a teacher teaches the system. So this is accomplished by using of well-labeled data. That means we show the computer an apple and we say it that this is an apple. Then if we show him other images of apple, then he will be able to recognize, the computer will be able to recognize that this is an apple. Accuracy of the system is tested using a test model. That means we show other images of the apple to the system, then it will be able to recognize that this resembles 87% of characteristics of apple, so it may be an apple, or 50% or anything. It depends on the particular test model. So there are two types of supervised learning. First one is classification. Classifications means assigning a common name to similar items. That means if we show the model multiple fruits, then we'll classify them that this is an apple, this is an banana, etc, etc. The other one is regression. Regression means when there are no chances of classifying anything, when the output variable is a real value. That means for example, I hope you can see the example on the screen. So basically classification of weather means we can classify a weather particular range of temperatures into hot or cold temperatures, and in regression there is a real value. That means there is some degree of temperature, we can classify it. So these are types of supervised learning. These are the models of supervised learning. Okay, we are not going through these models because we have 2/3 of fourth chapter on supervised and unsupervised learning alone, so we will cover them in that chapter, in fourth chapter. You can just screenshot it or you can note it down if you want to write in some exam or something, but I don't think you will need this for now, because first unit is an introduction for everything. We are just touching everything and we are just trying to figure out how things work. So let's see unsupervised learning. Learning doesn't have any label associated with it. So as the name suggests, unsupervised learning doesn't have any supervisor or doesn't have any labels associated with the data. Machine itself identifies the similar patterns. So we just provide machine with bulk data. Means we provide machine with a huge amount of data. It will classify the data into several clusters by analyzing the similarities and differences between the data. So data which is similar in nature is grouped together. That's what I said. There are two types of unsupervised learnings too, that is clustering and association. So clustering means discovering the inherent groupings. So for example, we can group customers by the goods they purchase, and association in unsupervised learning means we assume that if a person buys this, then he should buy this. For example, if we are searching for a Wacom tablet, that is digital teaching tablet on Amazon, we will also see the suggestions for professional mic and professional camera, and it will also give us offer on buying the three together. So this is done using unsupervised learning. We had the introduction of clustering and association. I have no intention to get any deeper. So these are the models of unsupervised learning. That is these are the models of clustering, that in these ways, in these particular ways, clustering can be achieved. And these are other types of algorithms of unsupervised learning. As I already said, that we are not going any deeper because we have the syllabus ahead. Now let's head towards the next type of learning, that is reinforcement learning. So in reinforcement learning, machine learns through a system of rewards and penalties. That means our soft computing system performs an action, and the action is judged based on the system of rewards and penalties. The goal of the system is to maximize the reward. That means the action must do something beneficial to the system. So basically in reinforcement learning, the machine learns through the previous mistakes that it committed, and this process continues until the system is intelligent enough to perform the task. And in reinforcement learning, the variable data is also needed to be analyzed. That means for example, we have a self-driving car, and we have a signboard in the middle of the road, and our car needs to take a right, and whenever it tries to go straight, it will get hit by the signboard. When it goes straight, it will record the action that it is getting hit by the board, and next time it will take right, and by taking right, it will gain the reward that it is getting closer to the destination. So it will record that, and eventually the self-driving car will learn to dodge the obstacles and learn to drive. So there are two types of reinforcement learning, that is positive and negative. So in positive learning we try to maximize performance, that means we try to make it better and better and better. And the disadvantage of reinforcement positive reinforcement learning is too much reinforcement can lead to overload of states. That means बोलते ना ज़्यादा पढ़ ले तो पागल हो जाते. The positive reinforcement refers to the toppers of the college, like first ही आना है, 90% के ऊपर आना है. And negative reinforcement are much like us, like we say पास हो गए तो बस से रहे, टॉप किसको मारना है. That resembles negative reinforcement. That means we just provide minimum standards of performance. That means काम हो गया तो बस से. That means we just focus on completing the task somehow, and that itself is the disadvantage of this. That means it provides only the required functionality, it doesn't provide any extra features or anything. It just meets up the minimum border requirements, like passing marks se pass ho gaye was late. So that is the whole thing about the concept of learning and adaptation. There is another topic left, that is the characteristics of neurocomputing. I'm not covering it because it's just a junk volume. I've already explained you enough about neural networks and neurocomputing and how the things work. So you can just read it from somewhere and you are able to understand what is going on. But let me know in the comments if you want a separate dedicated video on characteristics of neurocomputing, and I will definitely make it on the public demand. Though I don't see any need of doing that, but Janta Janardan, if public wishes, then I have to do it. So that is it for the video, guys. If you find the video helpful, then don't forget to like and share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel to stay tuned. And I'm thinking of decreasing my upload frequency because of Ramadan, so please cope up with it. I will upload thrice a week instead of daily. Turn on the notification to get notified whenever I update, and stay tuned. Bye bye, take care, see you in the next one. Enjoy the Ramadan.